What's up, Scrappy peeps? It's Adele from Inkie Quill. Long time no see over here on the YouTubes. If you are not a Patreon people, follow my Instagram. We got hit with like 2 months of sickness. We had the spicy cough. It turned into bronchitis for Aaron. I had a chest infection. Then we got a stomach bug, and it's just been a time. But we're back. And I am uploading this video a day earlier than I usually do. I usually do a Sunday 7 a.m. upload, but tomorrow is Scrap Stream Day, so I will be going live tomorrow. If you are a new inklet, you might not have seen one of these before, but I'll be going live here on YouTube from 7 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, or Sydney time zone. And we'll be doing some crafty things. You can come and chat, and it'll be a good old time. Let me know in the comments if you can make it and what you're going to be doing while the stream's on, if you're going to craft along or if you're just going to be in bed because it might be 11 o'clock where you are. I'm sorry, Europe peeps. I'm very sorry. Our time zones just don't match up at all. They just don't, unfortunately, but I've tried to make it a bit early, so you might be able to pop in for a little bit. But yeah, I'd love to know if you can make it. So for today, very technical measurements there with my hand. Today I am using some bits and pieces from the No Limits Cocoa Vanilla collection. I recently just got it, and so this was the first, I think this was the first page that I made using it. And it's just a really sweet collection, and I like that there's, more complicated pattern papers like this, and then there's also just some really great basics that you could use that are just one colour. And so for this photo, because we had a black and white photo, I decided to go with one of the more, I guess you could say, busy backgrounds, and I love this little photo. So to everyone else, this photo might look like nothing, but for those who have followed me for a long time, you'll know that Arch, my little boy, is very energetic, bouncy. He never stops, and so he's not a cuddler, like, at all. He's never been a cuddler, and he's quite sensory seeking, but he definitely avoids cuddles and being touched. He's not a fan of that. And so to get him to sit is rare, and to get him to sit and hold my hand is one of the rarest moments that you could possibly find in our house, which is sad, but it's just his little personality and how he is and what he's got going on. And so when we have these quiet little moments where he does snuggle up next to me and holds my hand, I cherish those so much. And so I managed to snap this sneaky photo of us holding hands. And so I knew that I wanted to save it for, a full layout and not just include it in a Project Life page protector. I wanted to kind of highlight it a little bit in my album. So I positioned the photo in the center of the circly bits, and now I'm trying to figure out what on earth I'm going to do for a title. I knew that I had some stars floating around. I had a beautiful subscriber sent me some happy mail recently, and there was a bunch of these wood veneer words and stars and all sorts of things, and so I wanted to dive into those a little bit. And so I decided to go with Hello Beautiful, and then picked out some wooden stars. And at this point I thought I was going to keep them woody, but I do decide to change that in a moment. So that little basket of stickers, they're just new bits that I've added to my stash. Do they all belong together? No. Do they have proper homes in my craft room? Probably. Am I too lazy to put them there right now? Yes. So I always just like to have a little container of like the new things. And when I say new, some of them are 6 months old, but I just haven't really used them yet. And I'm not sick of them yet. When you have sticker sheets that, you haven't seen 50,000 times, not 50,000, but you know what I mean. I'm still excited by them, and I do like to keep those separate sometimes for a little bit, just for when I want to make a page, but I'm maybe feeling a bit uninspired, instead of looking at my older stash first, sometimes I like to go to the new stuff first, and that inspires me to go back to my older things that I'm more familiar with and have used on lots of different pages. So I've added all of my wood bits and I stuck them down with Nouveau glue, which is my glue of choice at the moment. But if you have any wet glue recommendations, I would love to know them, because I'm always on the hunt for wet glue recommendations that dry, clear, aren't glossy accents, because I don't want it glossy, and have a bottle that I'm not going to fight with, because I feel like I fight with every glue bottle around. So I'm now building that cluster out onto the left, and I'm combining, there was a sticker book. I think that little house was out of that. That was from Kmart. So Aussie peeps, Kmart are stepping up their game with their crafty stuff. Look, the quality's not schmick. It's not top notch, but they stick and they look nice. So if you're in the market for some cheaper crafty supplies, maybe have a little peeky there. Not sponsored, of course. Kmart is freaking giant. Oh, can you imagine a Kmart sponsorship? That would be heaven. I think our Kmart is very different to the Kmart in the States. I think it's quite different. We don't sell food at our Kmart, well, except for lollies or candy. I always forget that different countries have different words for different things. What did I say the other day? I said something serviettes. I did a whole video on Patreon about serviettes. I made 3 art journal pages, and someone commented and said, it wasn't until the end of the video I realised you were talking about napkins. And I just always forget. So if I ever say something Australian-y and my international peeps don't know what on earth I'm talking about, let me know. Arvo. I was saying Arvo for a really long time, and there were quite a few people who didn't know what I was saying. Arvo means afternoon if you're from around these parts. Anyway, while I've been yakking on about that, I decided to add a bit of spunkiness to my wood veneer. It was just looking very samey, because I had the title and the stars both be out of the wood veneer. It was just all looking a bit too similar. And so I grabbed my favourite paint pens, my Posca paint pens, and I went for a few different bluey, orangey tones just to build out the colours from the background pattern paper. And I didn't gesso them, I just stuck them straight on there. Sorry, not stuck them, I painted straight on there. And I cannot recommend paint pens enough. If you are interested in starting mixed media but you don't know what to get, paint pens are fantastic, because you can paint with them like a pen. You can scribble on some plastic packaging, add some water and turn it into like a watercolory consistency type paint. They're just really handy. And so, there's something that I definitely recommend if you're starting off or wanting to grow your mixed media stash. Of course, I had to add some tiny hearts. I'm on a mission at the moment to finish these rolls of stickers, because I've currently got 5 of these sticker rolls just floating on my desk. I can't really store them anywhere because the stickers flick off and they get squashed in the box that I usually keep my stickers in. And I'm just done with them. I want them used, so they'll be popping up on lots of different projects coming up. I did a jam there, and I did it because he's my jam. And I thought it was just a cute little quirky sticker to put on there. It was one of those stickers, you know those stickers, they're in every collection that just are a little unusual and you don't really know how to plonk them on your page. Sometimes you've just got to plonk them there. I'm touching up. I realised that I had missed quite a few bits, so I've got my big noggin in the screen there. And jazz hands, we're done. So I hope you've enjoyed this process video. There'll be another one up next week over on Let's Get Inky next Sunday. So make sure you're subscribed to my second channel if you didn't know I had one, but I do. It's over there. And hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. So come back here at 7 a.m. There'll probably be a reminder up, and I'll see you then. Bye.